Welcome to Barrett Tone, brought to you by Nissan. It's time to put up or shut up. Yes, we are in the playoffs. Eagles got to step up and become the team that we're destined to be this year. I'm a firm believer that defenses win championships, but I'm going to break down what the offense needs to do to hold up their end of the deal. Number one, the Eagles need to go out there and go under center. I love when they do that. When you're underneath center, it gives the illusion that you can run and pass the ball. It keeps defenses looking. They load the box up, which opens up the middle of the field. Those linebackers come downhill trying to fill, and all of a sudden it's a cavern in between them and the safeties. You have to react to it. The offensive line have better blocks because, number one, the defensive line has to stop for just a second because they have to stop, play the run. But then when they start pass rushing, they've already have a solid protection. Plus, you keep a couple other guys like a tight end and a running back in, and those two receivers on the outside, both AJ and Devontae, are amazing out on the edge. Number two, Kevin Patullo, you have to keep on with the personnel packages. And one package that I thought we got away from towards the end of the season, but it worked miracles during the season. That's Rhino personnel. That's one tight end, and then you have a offensive lineman, Fred Johnson. Oh, by the way, Lane Johnson's on his way back. He'll be playing this week. You put him in there and Johnson on the outside, Johnson and Johnson. This is a running formation. This is great for our offense because they can also pass out of it. It still gives you the ability to hit those receivers on the outside. Both Smitty and Brown will be one-on-one when you're in this formation because they're going to have to try to crowd the box up. You got to load the box because it's heavy run. But I also like when they're in 12 personnel. That's one running back, two tight ends. In this personnel, it really depends on Greg Calcaterra. Sometimes he misses, sometimes he doesn't. But he can go out there and be a factor in the passing game. And we all know Dallas Goedert is great at both run and pass. Then you got 11 personnel, which is their major personnel. That's one running back, one tight end, the rest receivers. And Dotson showed us in this last game that he can have some proven results. I think that they can run with any defense in the league. Now, on number three, pre-snap motion. Now, this is something we've been screaming about for a long time, but they actually see it works. See, what happens when you put guys in motion? It really makes the defense change their number counts and change their defenses in some sort of ways. When you put AJ and put him in motion, he crosses the formation, meaning he passes that center. Now the defense have to make adjustments. That's the best thing you could do to, number one, show what the defense is doing because it shows his man, or if it's zone. But also, now you can't double him because he's been in motion. He started on one side, another side, and then you can't just play those routes that, they've been used to stopping, and that's the slant route and the stop route. When you put Smitty in motion, even more so. It's already hard to keep your hands on him when he's on an outside receiver. When you put him in motion now, not a chance that they could cover him. In fact, a cornerback couldn't cover him one-on-one. And number four, last but not least, I'd be doing myself an injustice if I didn't say that the Eagles must run the football, play bully ball. This offensive line had a week off. They're going to be rested, and that's the biggest thing these guys needed was some rest. Jurgens is held together by bubblegum and duct tape. He's been hurt the entire season, but he muscled through it and fought it. Dickerson's the same way. And oh, by the way, even though he doesn't show up on the injury report, Jordan Mailata is doing yeoman's work out there because he has also been hurt. With the addition of Lane Johnson coming back, Tyler Steen should settle down a little bit because he's going to have his guy Lane on the outside. And then Cam, a healthy Cam on the inside, he should settle down and play that football that we saw him play earlier in the season. These guys coming back and running ball consistently. And I'm not saying that it has to be those 60-yard runs, those 40-yard runs, those 20-yard runs. I'm saying on first and second down, positive yardage. I mean, a 4-yard run is great. 4 yards, 4 yards, and 4 yards, that's a first down. We got to stay on time. That's been the problem with this Eagles offense. They're never on time. We've always been in third and longs. We've got to stay consistent and running the football, number one. The physicality of having our offensive line come off and hitting those linebackers and hitting those defensive linemen, number two. Taking the will of a defense and saying, I'm going to run it, you can't stop it. That's the biggest factor. Run games travel well in the playoffs. And when you can run the ball consistently, you keep the other offense off the field. That's bully ball. That's Philadelphia Eagles football. And then when you add +1 with Jalen coming out the backfield and him running, that's going to lead to a lot of win games in this playoff. This is win or go home football. This is the playoffs. Nothing else matters. It's time for us to go out there and play the way we're supposed to be playing. The Philadelphia Eagles are still the world champions until they get dethroned. And I really think we have an opportunity to not get dethroned and win it again.